morning, Maryhill. 2017 Windwalk. Here we are.
Here we are. All right, we got our first group of guys up at the top of the hill getting ready to race. We got our Masters and our Classic Luge.
I think Grandmasters, actually.
It could be one of those. What is the difference between a Master and a Grandmaster?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it's that the Grandmasters have an amateur underneath them.
Maybe a few more gray hairs.
I'm gonna
We got Tad the Dad.
Let's do it.
He's
It's
number
still
one
run.
qualifier for
Still
the
run.
Grandmasters.
Not surprising. Tad's been doing this for years. He's been at Maryhill a million times. He knows the road forward and backwards. No shocker though.
He's one of the old school Maryhill vets, actually.
Yeah. From the area, knows the hill, rides the races, been around for years, and he's been skating for a year. It's not like this is his first race or the hill he knows. He travels all around races, so no surprise on Tad. Super stoked for him. Coming in number 2 is Swervo Betten, 326.601.
That's pretty good.
It's not a bad time for a Grandmaster. These guys are having leg burn more than the rest of the guys on the hill. So 326 as opposed to a 305, 310 top qualifiers for skateboard. Not a bad time. All right, coming in as our third qualifier at the time, 3 minutes 40 seconds. 5 by ball 4. Simo. A couple guys are all friends in the top 3. Difference in times just from first to second. 324 and 326 is only 2 seconds. By the time you take into account the fact that we have a big tailwind this morning and the air speed dying out, and you're doing some pack riding, call the drafting, 2 seconds after a 3.5 minute run isn't a lot of time.
What do you think, Mr. Dean?
You know, I hate to pick the top qualifier because there's always an upset. Qualifying and racing are different, but I'm going Tad.
I'm going Rick Kludy. I might be biased. The guy taught me how to do it, but I'm definitely going Rick Kludy.
Rick Kludy's right at the mix. It's actually our 4th qualifier as far as time go, right behind Timo, 3:32, 2:35. So the difference between Tad as the top qualifier and Rick Kludy is only about 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah, racing is a whole different story rather than qualifying.
And Rick Kludy's a racer. Been racing as long as we've been in the sport.
Even longer.
Rick Kludy can absolutely make up that time for us.
I believe so.
Alright, looks like we have our overlook camera up and running. Those that have been here, there's a beautiful overlook here at Maryhill. Alright, check out the Jumbotron, all those watching at home. This is our Grandmasters on course. Those at the bottom of the look up, you can see a couple people left before Cowsers. That gives us about 20-25 seconds before they come down here and we can see them at the bottom.
McCaslin, that's
You see right here, you have a big left, you got to shut down for it. Get around. It kind of has a little bend in the middle.
And here we go, Tad the Dad in front.
Tad
Looking
Drysdale,
back like it's nothing.
our number 1 qualifier, holding it down the
Surfing
whole
right
way
through
down
that
the hill.
left-hander.
One of the original rats coming back to his home track and just killing it.
Showing him how it's done.
All right, so if Tad Drysdale qualified about 5.5 seconds ahead of Timo, the next qualifier in his heat, it looked about like that gap. So it looks like they're running pretty much in line.
Speaking of
with how
Mike
they
Rapowski,
qualify.
there he is right there showing his filming skills.
Mike Papdog having no problem keeping up on that heat. Fortunately, he wasn't able to stay up with Tad, who was almost, what would you say, 15, 20 seconds ahead of our last place finisher.
At least he was looking back like it was no big deal.
Just surfing the corner, loving life. It looks like I said, from the qualifying times, it looks like they finished that heat about where they qualified. So if that stays true, your boy Rick Kludy is going to have to really push to keep up with Tad. All right, so now we're waiting on our second grouping for our Grandmasters. Top two advancing out of their heat to the final. Bottom two bumping down to the Consi bracket for a chance at 5th through 8th. All right, there's Rick Kludy making a pass on the outside before the left end of Cowsers. That is a pass for first, so Rick Kludy is leading this heat. Let's see how he fails through Cowsers' corner, whether he can keep that inside line and remain in the lead.
That Cowsers is no joke.
Absolutely not. That's where the race really starts.
It kind of makes or breaks.
All you have to do is maintain the whole way down the hill, and Cowsers is where you're going to see how you stack up.
Okay, Rick is on the outside.
Rick
He's looking
Kludy.
for that pass on.
There it is.
He's going to maintain his line and advance.
Woo!
Ooh, a little bump on the hay there. No worries.
Taking the inside line, gaining a few feet, but not taking the lead in his heat. All right, that was probably a smart thing for Rick Kludy to do. It looked like he was close enough he could have thought about a pass, but top two advance now. There's no reason. Just check up, make it to the final, and go.
He was wigging a little bit up there.
Yeah.
Kind of looking for that pass, but then I think he hung back to make sure he advanced.
I think it was a smart thing, and if anything, he's going to come out of that heat knowing that he was able to hold that inside line and gain a few feet on somebody. So the next run, I would expect to see him not setting up on the outside and trying to apex it so late and setting up on the inside knowing he can hold that turn. That might be what carries him through to the final and possibly a win.
We shall see. He does have to race Tad the Dad.
Tad the Dad.
Who knows?
All right. That does it for our first round of racing here today. Classic bracket in our Grandmasters bracket. Now we know who's going to be on our final. We know who's coming down to the Consi. These guys are going to reset, change some wheels, head back up on top of the hill, and go for their final win. While we're taking a little break here, I want to go over our sponsors and thank them all. We got Subsonic Skateboards.
Subsonic, thank you guys so much. They're right there. Go and visit them. Say hi. Thank you so much for being the local company, coming out here and supporting Maryhill.
Local company making some amazing boards, and they made all of our trophies and awards for the event. So
these
big
trophies
props.
are awesome.
We also have loaded longboards, loaded decks that are going to be here.
Longboards, thank you guys so much.
Giving out some swag, giving out some prizes. We have Xavier Racing. It's got a couple different slide gloves here. Really nice gloves, some nice leather ones, some cheaper low end, maybe some practice gloves. You're going to see those again at the award ceremony, giving out as prizes. Ionic Flux that has some great bearing oil. They've even gotten to the point where they've separated steel bearing oil and ceramic bearing oil to give you the most lube. I didn't know you could do that.
Me neither.
We'll see how they do. I know some of the guys are using it. We'll have to get some feedback from them and have them come up and fill us in.
Definitely. Ronin Trucks out of Southern California. Ronin, thanks for coming out.
There's a big contingent here for Ronin riders, too, and these guys are our top qualifiers for the most part.
Definitely.
All right, we also have Sector 9 that brought some swag, some decks, some helmets to give away.
Yeah, Sector.
And then Street Lounge Productions for putting on the whole event here for us. Not only the event here on track, but all the entertainment and all the concerts back in Goldendale.
All right, everybody, we've got riders up at the top. Who do we have here, David Dean?
All right, we got all of our classic guys, all of our Grandmasters. I believe we're probably going to go in the same order that we did the first round of racing here. We're going to do Classic Luge first. Probably start with the Consolation final for Classic, into the final, and move over to Grandmasters, Consi, and final. Moving on to the Grandmasters, our top three qualifiers, Tad, Timo, and Swervo, are all there along with Rick Kludy. We're going to have to see if Rick Kludy, your boy, the guy who taught you how to skate, can come
Rick
up.
Kludy's my boy.
I don't know if he can get Tad. Tad looked smooth and right on top of his lines that last run, so we're going to have to see if Tad makes a mistake and if Kludy can dial it in and kind of move through the draft and move through the pack and catch up to him.
Yeah, we shall see what happens, but it's awesome that the Grandmasters are out here bombing this hill. Great time this weekend.
Great time. It's good to see these guys still in the sport. These guys were in the sport as we were starting. It's good to see that they're still coming out. They're still supporting the whole scene. They're still attending events, and they're still winning races. we have our Consolation Grandmasters on track.
We've got a course clear from Curtis Head up at the top. Grandmasters are coming down. We got Timo in front. We're hearing some contingent from the fans here. These guys are fired up. Timo, if you can hear us, these guys are definitely rooting for you.
Just a nice, easy cruise, holding on to that lead, about 2 seconds on him. Timo and Tomo.
With Mike Rapowski. He's filming. This should turn out very good.
All right, I can hear our Consolation final for Grandmasters coming down the straight into their final left.
There we go. Everyone's pretty fired up for Timo.
Timo and Tomo coming down. Our Silver Surfer taking his third place spot, holding their positions relatively the same the entire way down the hill.
Way to surf it.
All right.
What you doing?
Doing it.
I bounced with me, not on it.
Be on the line.
Okay. So we need
All right.
to be ready.
Behind the line, guys. Don't touch it. Okay. Racers ready. Racers set. Go. Get Kludy. Get him, Kludy.
All right, now we have our Grandmasters final on course.
Big push. Right in the front.
Tad, our #1 qualifier, coming off the line 4th. Kludy coming off 3rd. I expect them to move up pretty quickly through the pack.
With Mike Rapowski. He's filming. This should turn out very good. Lee Danzy with the commentary. Okay.
Oh, there's Tad the Dad.
Tad the Dad's out in front.
Quickly moving from 4th through the pack up to the front.
Tad the Dad holding it down.
Followed by Rick Kludy, a Grandmaster in every sense of the word. We got Swervo chasing him down as well.
Swervo in second.
Tad's super clean. It looks like if Tad doesn't make a mistake, he's just going to hold on.
We've got a battle for third right here.
Rick Kludy holding on to it, but by a half a
Trying to
skateboard
hold
length.
it down. I think he's got it.
Throwing out the draft. We'll see.
Tad the Dad way out in
Swervo
front.
coming out with a little bit of wobble from that last corner. Actually gave Tad a little extra space there, and Tad just cruising through, coming into Cowsers.
Tad surfing.
Bobbing a hand down. It's Tad Drysdale, Swervo, followed by a big battle for third in the finals. Oh!
There's a lot of hill left still. We'll see what happens. Here
Kludy
they
holding
come.
on to it. We'll see if he learned from his last run and takes this inside line.
Tad the Dad. He's out in front right now, but we'll see what happens.
Tad the Dad, if he comes through clean, I think it's his for the win. Absolutely. Tad's going to walk away with it. See how we're battling for third. Rick Kludy holding on.
Tad the
barely.
Dad.
It's going to be a close.
Oh!
Kludy get caught?
I don't believe so. He might have gotten third place.
Finish line, little thumbs up. Was Kludy third or fourth? Third. All right, Kludy did hold on for third place.
Kludy hangs on to the podium.
Congrats to Kludy. Grandmaster of Grandmasters popping up on the podium here at Maryhill. Get to check that off the list.
Congrats to
and add
all
it to the
four of
resume.
those guys. That was awesome.
All right, that's it for our racing for Classic and Grandmasters. Now we just got a couple practice guys on course.
Yeah.
Yeah.